Are we really gonna start the show with him aura farming at the top of his building like that? No, I gotta admit, I thought he was just gonna immediately lose his head like you always see in these shows. Instead, they're actually making it feel like an assassin battle. Oh, is this one of the shows that they take the whole class? You don't see these too often. I mean, that's kind of cool. Like, he started off as a character in his class that nobody really normally knew, and now he's doing the same thing here. Bruh, here's the thing. Whether you like it or not, this is what peak Isekai looks like. So many of these shows have these MCs that didn't even have bad lives, and they're just like, I don't care if my family's gone. Thankfully, we got something good. So my status as an assassin, episode 1, is not your average run-of-the-mill Isekai. Yes, does it do a lot of things we have seen before? 100%. But the number of times I was like, man, it's been 6, 9, 12, couple years since I saw that, or I don't remember the last time I quite saw that. And the fact that normally with a show where you're like, oh, the big thing is like, oh, goddamn, is it nice to have a character sit and say, I want to go back home because I had a loving family. They're probably worried sick. You don't see that a lot. That alone would have been like, go watch episode 1 just for the fact that your MC is an egotistical, harem-gooning loser. He actually cares about his family. But the actual Isekai world has some political intrigue here that really makes it worth watching. Group Isekai, whole class gets summoned. Don't see those all too often, but still, I'm not going to say groundbreaking, but still fun little differ from what you normally see. Basically, immediately he's like, hey, my stats are way better than what they're saying the hero, because one of the people in their class is labeled as the hero, so he conceals himself and he doesn't get read, he kind of keeps to the shadows. And as we're learning more and more, it seems like the king in question is corrupt, probably needs to be killed. Beginning of the episode does see our boy kill him, so I mean, eventually it's gonna happen. And then we get introduced to this guy Sarin, who I'm like, man, you could stab us in the back at some point, but you're also an aura farming beauty king, so I want to support you. And we're getting into this situation where things aren't right. Why do we summon a whole group of people? Why are we seemingly gonna stab them all in the back? What is this king and this political system actually up to, and what is going to be the big punchline when it all hits the fan? Right now we're fighting a Minotaur, and if we survive this with everyone intact, which seemingly they don't want them to, I imagine some death penalties are going to be on the horizon. Go watch this. Not only is it a pretty unique show already with an amazing production style, it comes from us from Studio Sunrise. And if you know anything about Sunrise, they're not really known for doing isekai that often. So, I mean, they must really like this one or something, or damn, the paycheck was great. And make sure you drop a like on this video, help show your support, subscribe if you're new around here in Patrons, where you catch my full live reactions, all this more, if you also want to help fund the channel and videos just like these. So, I've been excited for this one. This was one of my more anticipated ones. The preview, memory serves, just looked incredible, and I was like, oh, this is going to be the high production value isekai of the season. And while there still is a little bit I need to still check out this season, I would personally say the two best isekai, if you are limited on time, Wild Last Boss and this. Currently. I mean, if I'm just going off of, like, first episodes. I mean, some have had second episodes, but you get my point. Just great stuff. And if you got time, throw an Isekai Quartet when that drops, because that's just comedy gold. But I like it, because immediately the MC, he doesn't fit into the criteria you normally see. Oh, because, like, they start the episode off, like, after the flashback, or I guess I should say the present day stuff. We're back in their school setting, and he's sitting in the middle of the room. He doesn't have the window seat. He's not doing that generic isekai MC thing, no. And they're like, oh, this is a guy we always forget about. You see this all the time. Oh, they're gonna bully the guy because he's a loser. And it never makes sense, because usually they're bullying the guy who's objectively just as attractive as any of the popular boys. But no, they're just like, yeah, we forget he's there. Anyway, they didn't try to overly beat you over the head that, look at how sad he is. This guy really loves isekai. Now he gets to beat isekai, and he's gonna take out all his pent-up frustration on those that wronged him. Nah. Very normal dude. Immediately he's like, okay, this is pretty cool. What I've always envisioned. My stats are about 5 times better than what they're saying the hero is. Probably shouldn't get read. Couple reasons why that makes sense. Can you really trust the political system here? We just got introduced to it, and if their world is anything like ours, you know governments normally can't be trusted. So probably makes sense to conceal, but 2, my thought is, okay, if this is what they think a hero is, could they view him as a devil, the Antichrist? I don't know, but yeah, he did the right thing. And then you get introduced to this character Sarin, who basically, he's got heat-seeking eyes. That's how he was able to see that he was concealed. And, you know, I had some alarm bells at first. I was like, you know, this could be a guy who uses us for his own, you know, benefit. And while there definitely is some phrasing and stuff that he says throughout the episode, what he says to other guards, at the end of the day, I think he just truly is a noble guy who basically doesn't trust the current situation. He made an entire coup plan and disguised it as a cookbook. It's brilliant. So one of two things is going to happen. I guess three, but the third option I feel like is highly unlikely, and that is he gets to be a party member with us. I doubt it. We're going to be living an assassin lifestyle. He's like a guard. I doubt it, but we'll see. So one of two things is going to happen. He will stab us in the back, which will break my heart. I don't think that's going to happen right now, mainly because he feels like he truly wants what's best for the kingdom, which leads to the second point that could happen. He gets killed, which is probably likely. So what he ends up telling this guy pretty early is like, hey, you don't have to kill. Like, if your goal is to go back home, do you really want to be a murderer? And he's like, no, I don't. But I'd probably make my sister cry, my mom cry. Like, I don't want to change who I am at my core. Okay, so be an assassin who doesn't kill. Unfortunately, at the beginning of the episode, we see he does stab the king. He shakes. He is visibly shooken. And that's what threw me for a loop for a bit, because I was like, oh, is this a job where he doesn't want to kill the target because he knows them, but he has to? No, it seems like he's shook because the first time you take a human life, attacking a minotaur animal, it's different than attacking a human, right? He knows he has to kill that king, but obviously it will change you. And taking your first life, it's, you know, you can't go back from that. So it'll be very interesting to see what is his big motivation. I didn't watch previews. I try not to. I go into all this blind, you know, as much as possible. I watched a little bit of a trailer before the show started just to get an idea of the show, and it looked like it was well produced. So I was like, oh, this is definitely something not to skip out on. Great first episode. The art is fantastic. While I'm not going to say it's ufotable level, the intro fight scene with two assassins going up against each other, the fact that they did 3D camera works, 3D environments with 2D characters, very Demon Slayer-ish, just with assassins rather than swordsmen and stuff, just so cool. And honestly, the sword falling down on the guy. Like, people are going to say, well, wouldn't that count as his first kill? I mean, it's a lot different having a sword fall on a guy in front of you versus you stabbing them with a dagger, so I could understand why he's shook and still stabbing the king. Either way, just fantastic. Beautiful art direction. The voice actor's great. And honestly, I really like the MC. Often with these Isekai shows, I say, oh, the Isekai MC doesn't infuriate me, so I can keep going because I like these other aspects. No, I legitimately like the MC. When he's like, I want to go back home, like, hey, this is my dream. Being in Isekai land, this is my wildest dream. But I have to go home because my family will miss me. Immediately cemented him as a must-watch MC. Let me know what you thought, though, of this week's episode. And are you going to check out episode 2? Because I certainly am, and I don't know if there's a lot of, you know, hypes around Source Readers and stuff, so let me know what you're feeling, Source Readers or not. Drop a like, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and Patreon is, yes, where you catch my full live reactions to all this and more. Like, hey, I also like to give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today, we got Just a Micro, Some Random Guy, Lorena Frazier, Rom Was Taken, Yale, Haruka, and we also have Home. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.